a minute to be centered. It's actually very relaxing. Okay, go ahead and open your eyes, and then let's go ahead and get on all fours. April Bunny is running around a little bit, so she might be joining us for some of this. Once you're on all fours, go ahead and let's do a little bit of cat cow. So cat and cow. Cat and cow. Cat. Angry cat. And cow. Okay, and then I'm going to add in some little rolls going one way. 3, and then the other. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then let's go ahead and come back into child's pose for just a minute here. Take your head to the mat if you can. My shoulders are very tight. Okay, you ready? I'm gonna go ahead and go out to take it out to the side. Okay, and then let's move over to the other side. Just a minute. That feels really nice on the lats and a little bit into the obliques and all that on your side. Okay. And let's go ahead and go into up dog. And then you can either go back into child's pose, or if you have it in you, move into down dog. And your head should just hang. Just kind of let it hang here. You can pedal out the feet a little bit. Okay, come into plank for just a second if you are strong enough for that. Otherwise, just come back down into all fours. And then let's go ahead and come back into my hair is kind of getting over. Upward dog again, or if upward dog doesn't feel good, come down and just go into baby cobra. You want to be able to take your hands off of the mat. This is a lot of back strength. Okay. All right. And back up to all fours. And we're going to come up on the knees, and then we're going to do a lunge if you are, if you have that flexibility. So just like this. And my balance has never been very good, so yeah, it's already trying to go out. My knee is already trying to like do stuff. So I'm trying to get everything nice and strong and centered. Because typically what you do is you take both hands. You would take both hands. Oh, my knee didn't like that. Above the head, but I think I'm just gonna do a lunge, just a normal lunge. Make sure if you have any problems with the knees, you have a nice cushion under them. Or you could even, do this standing. The only reason I'm not is because my head will get cut off in the frame, so. Okay, and then let's come back down, and let's do it on the other side. But yeah, if I could, I would definitely take my hands up over my head because that increases the stretch and you can get into it so much more. It just feels really good, but like I said, my balance is really awful, so. Okay, and then let's go ahead and go back to the first side again. And so we're gonna start in the same position, but what we're actually going to do this time is take the leg out straight. Whew, the back of my leg is really tight. Wow. And I stretched earlier too. I did a lot of stretching earlier. Okay. And like you can probably see me doing, I didn't even think about this, but I'm using my windowsill here for support because like I said, balance. Okay. Feels really good. This is a really good one for your lower back and back of your legs. Back of the stretching leg. Okay. Back up. And then let's do it on the other side. Okay. And take that leg out straight now. I can't help but want to touch the tissue, make the muscles kind of relax a little bit more because the back of my legs are just so tight right now. This windowsill is a little bit dirty, I'm noticing. Normally the couch is here, and which you probably would remember because I've done a lot of videos with the couch. But yeah, the windowsill doesn't get cleaned super often because it's behind the couch typically, but I just stuck my hands in a little bit of dirt or a little bit of dust, and it was kind of like, that's nice. Okay, I think that's plenty of time on that side. And then we're just gonna come back to where we were before. Okay, and let's see, let me get the dirt. Oh my God, that's really awful. Ugh. Sorry, gotta get that dirt off there because that's, or dust. Anyway, you know what, let's go ahead and I'm gonna come to the center. And I'm gonna come down and kneel. If you can do this, now that the back of your legs and the front of your legs should be a little bit stretched, perhaps you can sit back in this kneeling position, and I'm sorry if my hands get cut off, hopefully they won't, but you can take the hands up, and you can begin this way, and then if you would like, you could go back into camel pose, which I don't think I could do camel pose, but nah, I don't think so. I might be able to do a very small one. No, it's very intense. Even with my legs stretched, I don't think I can handle that. But anyway, you will definitely feel this through the front of the quads quite a lot, even just doing this. And it does feel good to just kind of stretch the arms. You can even go kind of do a kickstand with your one hand and then just do a nice stretch to the side. That feels great. This was supposed to be a sun salutation, but to be honest, I think I'm kind of veering off from that a little bit. Okay, let's go to the other side. Nice blind right here, I can feel it. Okay. Alright. And you can take the arms and kind of do a little bit of this for your shoulders because it feels fantastic. It's good for the rotator cuffs and all of that in your arm-shoulder connection area. Okay, let's get out of this kneeling position. This might be kind of hard on the knees. Come back to all fours, and let's see. Let's do another upward and downward dog because it's just so good. It's so good for the front and back of the body, especially if you have like tight hip flexors. It's really nice for that, especially this one. Upward dog, or if upward dog is too much, like I showed before the modification, baby cobra, you can do that too. Okay, come back to center. My back is very tight, I can tell. I just got really tight feeling when I came out of that. And up to, well, to downward dog. up to downward dog. And I have bent legs because I'm not too good at doing straight-legged. Well, I can do it, but it makes the back of my legs very tight feeling. Okay. Down to the knees. Alright, and once you're back down to all fours, let's do pigeon pose or a modification of pigeon pose. I'm going to do a couple versions because I always like to do a couple versions of this. If you're not very warmed up yet, then I recommend doing this version where everything is just straight to begin with. Try to, well, you can sit up straight, kind of like this, or you can kind of lean into it and kind of, sorry, I keep saying kind of, go into this. Wow, I feel that so much more doing it like this. I wasn't expecting that, actually. Whew. That stretches that so much more. Okay. Let's go to the other side. I don't typically bend down into it like that. I usually just sit up quite tall like this. Wow, this stretches parts of your butt, and I can tell I'm very tense through there, I guess. Because even doing it like this is just very tense. Okay. Come down if you'd like. Whew. Tight on this side too. You can kind of roll it around. Just be careful, be mindful doing this. And just roll it around a little bit. Feel where you need the stretch and then kind of get into it more. I need it there. Alright, and then let's do the other one, the other version that I was talking about that I also like to do. And let's see what happens when I lean into this one. Wow, I don't even know if I can do that actually for this version, because this is the more intense version. Ooh. Okay, make sure you have the flexibility for this one. I don't think I can come down any further than that. Okay. Other side. Doing the modified version. And I'm going to come down for this one too. I did do a lot of squats earlier, so that might be why my butt is so, like, through the sides of it are really, really tense. Okay. Come out of that. And let's do some inner thighs. So, this is one of my favorites. And you can just go to the center, I hope. Okay. I think you can see my foot. This one feels fantastic on the inner thighs, as long as you have the range of motion. Do not overdo it on this, because that might be really bad. If you don't like this version, you can also do this. I think it's a little less, here. I think it's a little less intense like this, it seems like, for me at least. And this is more, you know, of a side stretch. Okay. Let's do the other side. go. Starting off centered like this. Once again, my inner thigh. This inner thigh tends to not feel as tight for whatever reason for me, because it's not bugging me as much as it was on the other side. And you can do this modification if you'd like. I've mentioned it in a previous video. I love to do these two combined. Like, I'll start out with the one we just did, and then I'll move on to the second one, and it just feels so nice. My inner thighs always feel just so much better. Okay, and then let's go ahead and go on our back for just a second. Mat is getting moved around a little bit. And go ahead and take your knees to your chest, if you can. If you can't, that's perfectly fine. But I'm going to go ahead and take them to my chest. And then you can also do this little ball thing if you'd like. Roll up into a ball. Feels nice for the back. Okay, that makes my neck hurt, to be honest. My neck is very, very sensitive since whatever has been going on medically with me, especially the right side of my neck and into my head has been really uncomfortable. So trying to do stuff where I have to like pick up my head. Oh, April Bunny, please don't press anything there. She's checking out the sound equipment. I have it positioned on a pillow. Anyway, let's go ahead and go ahead and go straight now. Straight out. Arms and legs. Stretching in opposite directions. That feels really good. That's a full body stretch. Take the legs in whatever way is most comfortable. And let's go ahead and do one more spinal twist, because this is so good for you on so many levels. You just can, to complete the movement, take and look behind this shoulder. Okay, and then let's go to the other side. My neck is kind of tight, so it's not really wanting to let me look as far this way. Okay. Yeah. I don't know how much is a side effect of having this brain cyst or what, but when I try to move my head going this way, a lot of times my neck pops and my head it doesn't like it very much. Just when we tried to do that movement, my head did not want to do that, going that way. So, if you'd like, you can do a little bit more neck movement. I know I just kind of started to do it, and that's just like an automatic thing for me. If my neck is a little bit tight, and you can do a little bit more, maybe take the neck to the ear to the shoulder. Always feels good. Okay. And we are done. If you'd like, you can maybe end in Shavasana, just laying flat with your palms, well, really whatever way is comfortable. You can have them the traditional way up, or perhaps just, on your body somehow. Just whatever feels good. But I'm just going to go ahead and sit up like this. But let me know, what you thought of this routine. If you'd like more routines like this, please please subscribe, hit the notification bell if you do subscribe so that you are notified whenever I put out new videos. I put out new videos every single week. Tomorrow I get to go and have my spinal fluid tested to see if I have excessive pressure in my head, which, if I had to guess, I would say yes, it's quite high at this point. But anyway, so I get to look forward to that tomorrow, so wish me well, because this is probably a procedure I've been the least excited about in the entire time that I've ever had to have medical procedures done. There's just something about having a needle stuck in your back that kind of is very disturbing to me, to be honest. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. I hope it goes well. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. That's just been heavily kind of on my mind. So I will see you on the next video. Bye.